Hello, Kima Aharu. This is Sim0nTrains, some people I call me Sim0nTrains, and you join me on the banks of the River Clyde. And you have a look behind me, the Caledonian Railway Bridge is literally right behind me, with the trains coming in and out of Glasgow Central Station. But we're not going to Glasgow Central Station, but we are coming back to Glasgow Central Station this evening, because today we are visiting more railway stations in Scotland, which are the following: Camelon, Markinch, North Queensferry, Uddingston, Bellshill, Carluke. So basically I'm using a Central Scotland Rover Ticket, which costs about £36.30 for a rail card. It's 3 consecutive days. I started using it Tuesday, and the last day to use it today is this Thursday that I'm filming this on. So I'm going to make my way to Glasgow Queen Street Station now, but I can't use the ticket until 9:15. So when I'm going first, I have to buy a single ticket to Camelon. But I don't really want to leave this place because the River Clyde just looks good. This is the first time I've actually seen the River Clyde from this level. But unfortunately, we've got to go to catch my train to Camelon from Glasgow Queen Street. So I'm now at Glasgow Queen Street Station. I'm going to have to speak up a bit louder because they've shoved the lovely HST on platform 2. But I'm actually catching my train on platform 1 because this is the 0826 ScotRail service to Edinburgh Haymarket via Falkirk, Uddingston, which are going to take this to Camelon. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, it's usually Glasgow Queen Street Station, you go up this crack.
This train is for Edinburgh Waverley.
It goes under a tunnel to leave the station, so the station froze just before the tunnel.
This is Steps.
How many platforms is that? 5, 6, 7, 8? No, 2 platforms.
We'll soon arrive at Hill.
Now my Central Scotland Rover Ticket does not kick in until 9:15 on a weekday. On the weekend you could use it any time in the weekend. So that's why I got a single to this station right here. This is Camelon Station. Now I think I call it Camelon, and if I got that wrong, feel free to contact the MISPRONUNCIATION police. Anyway, this is a ScotRail operated station, and yes, it does have 2 platforms indeed. We're going to start off with today's station history of Camelon Station. So it's now time for the history of Camelon Station. Station opened in 1850 with an iron platform. In 1903 it was renamed to Falkirk Camelon in brackets. However, the station did close on the 4th September 1967, but it reopened 250 yards west on the 4th October 1994 by a rail track, which is today's location of Camelon Station. And the 3-letter station code for Camelon is CMO. However though, the current Camelon station, that's the second site. Because what I've noticed last year on my Scotland holiday before the pandemic started, is that over here, this is the site of the original Camelon station which closed before they reopened the current station. And it used to be an island platform here as well. I've now come to the A line, the Stirling Road, because there is something I found here. It's class 37, not really. There is something that I found here that I want to show you. And it's just right behind me now. So when you see this brick here, this used to be the entrance to the old Camelon railway station. And the only thing that remains is this little bar here, because it used to take the steps onto the island platform here. So the time is nearly up at Camelon station, and it's nice to know that that used to be the old Camelon railway station just across there. I only found out last year when I was passing through this station. But anyway, we're going to be leaving this station because we're catching the 10:06 ScotRail service to Haymarket, even though this carries on to Edinburgh Waverley. Because I'm going to be changing at Haymarket to get a train to the furthest point you could use this Central Scotland Rover Ticket on, Markinch Station. So our train should be arriving now to take us to Haymarket. When I was planning my journey for Scotland, what I did not realise was, because I was going to wait for the 11:06 to Arbroath to get to Markinch, what I didn't see was there was a 10:41 ScotRail service to Inverness at Haymarket. And we actually made that connection, so we're actually going to be in Markinch about 30 minutes earlier than planned. So we might stay there for an hour and a bit, but there might be a way getting out of Markinch that I might travel on, which I have not travelled on yet. But anyway, we're in first class on this 170 turbo style because apparently at the moment first class is declassified on ScotRail services. So we're just going to sit back, relax to get to Markinch, the northern point of the Central Scotland Rover Ticket. So this is the northern point of the Scotland Central Rover Ticket. This is Markinch Railway Station. ScotRail operated station, and yes, it does have 2 platforms as well. So we're now moving on to the station history of Markinch Station. Markinch Station opened on the 24th September 1847 by the Edinburgh and Northern Railway. Markinch Station was also the terminus for the Leslie Railway, which opened in 1861 but closed in 1967. And the 3-letter station code for Markinch is MNC. Also to point out Markinch Station, that's the current station building right there. But just above me on the other platform is the old station building. It's just right there. And then just round the corner here, there did actually used to be some steps here that took you down onto the platform. And roughly today, you could actually see where the steps used to be on the wall right behind me here. So the original plan at Markinch, we were going to leave on the 13:11 to Edinburgh Waverley, but we were going to get off at Edinburgh Queensferry to catch the train to North Queensferry. Yeah. Now, since we actually got into Markinch early, we're actually going to be leaving Markinch early, but we're not going to be leaving on time. Because we're going to be leaving on the 12:42 ScotRail service back to Edinburgh Haymarket.
It's now running 12 minutes late.
Which is, yeah, it's running 12 minutes late at the moment, which is Class 43 HSTs. Now we're going to plan to get them filming leaving here at Markinch, but decided to jump on it because after Markinch it's actually non-stop to Edinburgh Haymarket on these HSTs. Yeah. However though, we're still going to do North Queensferry, but the plan's going to be different to how I was planning it because, as I mentioned, I was going to get off at Edinburgh Queensferry to change trains to get to North Queensferry on a unit, but now we're just going straight to Haymarket, change at Haymarket, go back on myself to North Queensferry.
Aye, not in Sweden. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Here's the lesson to learn: don't change your plan. Because we're planning to catch the 13:45 service to Glenrothes with Thornton to get off at North Queensferry. That service is cancelled. So what we're going to do instead, and it's not Jordan's fault by the way, even though he's the one who suggested it, we're going to catch the 13:54 service to get to North Queensferry, which also goes to Glenrothes and Thornton. We're going to have like 50 minutes at North Queensferry, but we still get plenty of traffic during that time. So our train should be arriving now to take us to North Queensferry, the other side of the Forth Rail Bridge. So who loves a good Class 158 ride? Apparently there's a 6-coach train with 3 Class 158s coupled together. I'm going to get interrupted in a second because we're arriving at Edinburgh Gateway Station, which is not one that I'll be filming during the Scotland holiday. But George is with us right now.
Yeah, it's got my wine brew.
He's got his own brew.
Yeah.
So I had to tell him off because
My hand behind my back.
yeah, he did some swearing on the camera. So we're pulling into Edinburgh Gateway now, but we're on our way to North Queensferry Station. Fill this 6-coach train out to North Queensferry, go to the other side of the platform, and we're just going to fill about 12 trains.
Shout out again.
Yeah, but don't.
Okay. I'd like to give a shout out to Ryan Jameson, who we're meeting at Uddingston later on, Jameson Train Adventures. But join my channel better, Jordan's Transport Adventures is better, it's much better. And the new Simon Pool up here.
Yeah, he wishes. Anyway, just pulling into Edinburgh Park now, so we're just going to sit down in case people get on, and then we're just going to carry on our filming. We're not far off North Queensferry Station now, we're just crossing the Forth Rail Bridge again. And as you can see, what's the bridges again? The Forth Road Bridge and the...
Forth Road Bridge and Queensferry Crossing.
The Forth Road Bridge and the Queensferry Crossing in the background. But North Queensferry is the northern end of the Forth Rail Bridge, so you will see the Forth Rail Bridge in the video from North Queensferry Station. So we should be pulling in now, and then let's get some filming done at North Queensferry Station. Hopefully without any cancellations. So on Tuesday's railway journey, we were at Dalmeny, which is the southern end of the Forth Rail Bridge. This is the northern end of the Forth Railway Bridge. This is North Queensferry Station. ScotRail managed station, and yes, it does have 2 platforms, and yes, it does have some iron brew. Want some iron brew? I've only got some cowl. We're now moving on to the station's history of North Queensferry Station. North Queensferry opened on the 1st of July 1890 by the North British Railway. It replaced North Queensferry Pier, which closed in 1877, and the 3-letter station code is NQU. Also at this railway station there's a little gallery here, which is the North Queensferry Heritage Trust, and It's just got lovely photos of steam locomotives here. And it's just a lovely little area to have a look around. So I'll do a quick video of looking around. Now, if you want me to choose between Dalmeny and North Queensferry, which is the best location to film the trains at, I would have to say Dalmeny. Don't get me wrong, North Queensferry is good, but it does have a bit of disadvantages as well, but it does have stand clear announcements which do help you. The thing with North Queensferry is though, you've got this year tunnel down there, which we now renamed to Jordan's Crack. And down here, you can see the fourth rail bridge from down here, but the problem is, it's not as perfect as you can see at Dalmeny. So don't get me wrong, they're both nice stations to film at, but I would prefer to film at Dalmeny than North Queensferry. Anyway, we're going to be leaving soon because we're going back on the fourth rail bridge for the last time. Because we're going to head back into Haymarket to catch a...
Start on Perth.
We're going to wait for a Turbo Star on the Perth service to pass through as well before we catch our train. But we go back to Haymarket because we're going to go back towards Glasgow. And the next stop after this will be Uddingston on the West Coast Main Line. So we're going to start filming some trains on the West Coast Main Line for a change and see how we get on with that. Just for the record, I did not ask for that tone, but that did really shook me up when it happened. He was in the toilet when it happened, and well, we're not getting to that. Anyway, let's get our train out to Uddingston.
Between and platform 4 is the 1531 service to the classes. Which train is for North Queensferry?
To be honest with you, I'm glad I'm just off that train because that train was so hot. I think you could just see it on my face, it was so warm. But anyway, this is Uddingston Station. We're on the West Coast Main Line, or the former Caledonian Main Line. It's got a rail operated station and it does have 2 platforms. And it does have a lovely station building on this side as well. So we're now moving on to the station history of Uddingston Station. Uddingston Station opened by the Clydeside Junction Railway on the east side of the Glasgow Road Bridge on the 1st of June 1849. This station was replaced in 1878 by the current location we're standing on today. It was renamed to Uddingston Central from 1952 to 1962 to avoid confusion with the North British Railway station on the Glasgow, Bothwell, Hamilton and Coatbridge Railway. And the three-letter station code for Uddingston is UDD. So very shortly we're going to be leaving Uddingston Station. We're going to be moving on to Bellshill Station. Now yes, Jordan's with me.
Hey guys!
But I'm actually joined with someone else. Ryan Jameson. You alright?
Right.
I haven't seen him for a long while.
It's happening, troops.
You're at a shop.
Subscribe. I got my own shuttle on this
This
time.
is Ryan Transport Journeys.
The next
Aye.
train at platform 1 will be the
I met him for, I met him ages ago, but I haven't seen him for a long while.
2014, first time I met you through
Yeah.
Ian.
Train is formed of 6 carriages.
So yeah, go subscribe to Ryan
I'm still here,
Transport
folks.
Journeys.
Don't forget
And Jordan's here as well.
subscribe to Jordan's Transport.
Anyway,
Right,
Ryan won't be joining us to Bellshill, but
I'm going back to
Pub.
Glasgow.
To the
Yeah.
pub.
yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to catch the train out to Bellshill after we film a few more.
Because the free one is for the time. Because it only goes because much one and that's Well, I'm on 95.
So it was nice to meet Ryan Jameson again. I haven't met him for a long while. But I left him at Uddingston because he's going to watch the Glasgow Rangers game. Because Glasgow Rangers are playing tonight, but better get back to my hotel. I should be avoiding all that. But anyway, this is Bellshill Station. ScotRail operated, and yes, it does have 2 platforms, indeed. Now I'm going to move on to the station history of Bellshill Station, but it's going to be a very quick station history. Opened by the Caledonian Railway as part of their Cleveland and Mid-Calder line on the 1st of May 1879. And the 3-letter station code for Bellshill is BLH. Just going to talk about those Class 318 electric multiple units that just left Bellshill Station. because there's a once-a-day worker that starts at Uddingston and it goes to Carstairs. And those Class 318s actually take a rare freight line to get to Wishaw. But they go through Hollytown at speed, I think. But we got a bit of time to kill at Bellshill. Would stir like another iron brew. No, Carol, I've already got some iron brew, thanks. Bellshill Station has been a good location to film the trains, but we are leaving Bellshill now to head to our last location on the West Coast Main Line, Carluke. And yes, Jordan is still with me.
I did go to Wishaw for a couple of minutes, so I did do that.
Yeah, he just buggered off somewhere for a few minutes. But anyway, gonna catch our train out to get to our last location, Carluke.
This is a customer.
So we're now at the last station I'll be filming at today, the train's at. This is Carluke Railway Station on the West Coast Main Line and the former Caledonian Main Line. ScotRail station operated, and yes, it does have two platforms. But also, if you see behind me here, it has a cracking good view at Carluke as well, looking over there.
If you think someone might need help, trust your instincts and start a conversation. A simple question such as, "Hi, where can I get a coffee?" could save a life. Find out more at samaritans.org/small talk saves lives.
So we're now moving on to the final station history of the day, Carluke Station. The current Carluke Station was opened by the Caledonian Railway on the 15th of February 1848 as part of the extension from Beaturk. An earlier station was opened on the 8th of August 1843 named Carluke and Nallock by the Wishaw and Coltless Railway, but this was named to Stirling Road in 1848 but closed to passengers in 1853. And the three-letter station code for Carluke is CLU. Now, after this abandoned West Coast pendulum past Carluke Station, I did stop filming. I won't go into too much detail at this moment in time, but many of you who follow me or Jordan will probably know what happened at Carluke Station, as it was discussed on my live stream and also on Jordan's Twitter. I will explain what happened at Carluke Station towards the end of the video, but please be aware that when you see me in the Premier Inn, I'm still in a state of shock about the event of what happened at Carluke Station. But if you are struggling to cope or in any emotional distress, the Samaritans are here to listen to you 24 hours, 7 days a week, and are here to support you. The link to their website is in the pinned comment of this video if you want to ever contact them. But I shall be carrying on this video passing Bothwell Depot as I head back to Glasgow Central Station. Right, first of all, I got to apologise to you all because there was a very lack of content at the Carluke Station. There is a reason why, and to be honest, I don't really want to talk about it, but unfortunately I'm doing a blog and I have to talk about it. But before I move on to that, I want to talk about the other stuff that we did today. Because we went to Camelon first, and everything was alright there. We filmed at Camelon okay. Then I went to Edinburgh Haymarket and realised there was an earlier train to Markinch. So we actually got there 25 minutes earlier to Markinch and filmed some trains. I think we were like getting 7 trains at Markinch. We ended up walking away with 9 because the train I was going to catch out Markinch early. Because if you see my plan here, Markinch is actually down there. I don't know if you could just see it. 11:47 to 13:02. Even though apparently I messed up on that, it was 13:11 out of Markinch. But we got the 12:42 out of Markinch, but that was only about 10 minutes late. And that was a Class 43 HST, an Inter-7 City livery HST. Took that down to Edinburgh Haymarket, sorry. And when I got to Edinburgh Haymarket, the train that I was going to revised plan on, because I was planning to go to either Keith Change to get to North Queensferry, but ended up having to go back to Haymarket. I was planning to get the 13:45, but that got cancelled. And instead, we ended up getting a later train to North Queensferry, but we had about 50 minutes at North Queensferry. Still managed to film a load of trains during that time. Then after North Queensferry, went back down to Edinburgh Haymarket to get the train to Uddingston by the Shotts line. But usually that's a half an hour service, but off-peak now because of this COVID timetable. It's hourly at the moment. It's off-peak during the evening rush hour in certain locations. So we did get the Uddingston done. Then went over to Bellshill, got Bellshill done no problem. And then we got to Carluke, and like I said, I don't really want to talk about this, but I have to because it's part of the blog. And this wasn't even recorded on screen. Started filming at Carluke okay, but then after that, towards the end, about the last 15 minutes, filmed the last London Euston to Glasgow Pendulum fly through. Then next minute, this guy showed up at Carluke and he was in tears and distressed, and I said to Jordan, just keep an eye on just to see what happened. But he approached us and he was like, just started talking, and he's really gone through so bad with his mental health, and I think he was wanting to jump as well onto the tracks, but luckily he did it because he knew he wanted to get help. But I don't really want to talk about it, but like I said, I've got to because of this blog, and it's, but I know Jordan's said a few words to him because he But I was just like listening to what he had to say and just listened and when the train came because he wanted to get help and he wanted to go to Whistle and the train came at 8 o'clock, didn't film it in because was too busy dealing with this person, and we just got him on the train, made him comfortable, sat down, and Jordan got told the conductor, and the conductor was having a chat with him, and he managed to get to Whistle okay, so hopefully he went to see help, and that's... But even the conductor said that, because we were chatting to him afterwards, and he said, you did the right thing, just let him talk, and I felt like I honestly didn't, but apparently I did, and it's like I literally want to cry right now, but I don't want to. So then we just went back to Glasgow Central, and that was it. And so I'm going to end it there because I have been blabbing on for nearly 5 minutes, and if you like the video, what you've seen up to Carluke, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you got this far, you've been awesome. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and if you see someone distressed on the platform, I would seriously go and help them. See if they're okay. Because you don't know, I'm just speechless. So thank you for watching this, and take care, stay safe. I'm just going to recompose myself now because I do have some Q&As to answer soon. So thank you for watching, and